Well, in tonight's Common Ground segment, we got a pair of congressmen, one Democrat, one Republican, who are working together now to help veterans here in America in crisis. Here's my colleague, Brett Baer.
Thanks, Jillian. It is time for our Common Ground segment. Joining us tonight are Illinois Republican Congressman Mike Bost and California Democratic Congressman Mark Takano. Congressman, thanks for being here. You both are concerned and active on veterans issues, being in the Veterans Affairs Committee. I want to put up this chart of suicides of veterans from 2001 to 2021, and you can see the increase there. Just in 2021, 6,392 veteran suicide deaths, up 114 from the year before. Congressman Bost, you're working on legislation. You've worked together in a bipartisan way to try to help on this. Talk about that.
No matter what, one veteran suicide is too many. You know, we have been working to make sure that our veterans, we implemented the new 3-digit 988 number so that we can make sure that veterans can have access to the hotline whenever they need it. We are also expanding and looking into each program and the successfulness of each program, and also making sure that we're providing and working with our community providers that can provide mental health care early on to meet those needs of our veterans, no matter where they are, whether they're close to a VA or they're not close to a VA. We cannot afford to keep that number where it's at. We've got to do everything in our power to bring it down.
Congressman Takano, you all have this Compact Act under the Veterans Comprehensive Prevention, Access to Care, Treatment, the Compact Act. Veterans with acute suicidal crisis can go immediately to any VA or non-VA healthcare facility for emergency health care at no cost to them. And that seems like a big deal.
It is a big deal. I am pleased to say that I authored the bill and got it signed into law by President Trump in 2020. And I give the Biden administration a lot of credit for also implementing the law and making sure that the 988 number is funded. And as Chairman Bost said, if you are a veteran having an emergency or an emergent mental health episode, you're going through suicidal thoughts, call 988 and dial 1. You can be connected to mental health care, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, and you won't have to worry about a bill. So if you have served our country and you are a veteran, whether you are enrolled in VA or not, don't worry about the bill. Just call that number and you can get help.
And I was saying you all worked on it together, a common ground element of the Veterans Affairs that is now law and active, as you point out. I want to put up this graphic about recruits, and that is a concern for a lot of folks. Department of Defense, fiscal year 2023, military services collectively missed recruiting goals by about 41,000. That's, 15% down. How big a concern is that for readiness? Mr. Chairman?
It's a major concern. I come from an area where we have a lot of service people, and they are encouraged by their parents to go into our military. Unfortunately, some of those parents are not encouraging. I don't know whether it's because of the things of with the COVID vaccine, the problem that was there being forced, and then we brought that back and changed it. I don't know whether it is and not to go political, but the woke positions in the military that these different parents are telling their family not to be involved. We need to have our recruits there and serving this country. I'm a Marine veteran. My grandfather, my uncle, me, my son, and my grandson. My grandson's now serving. My son is now serving. So we've got to work to encourage people. Our nation can only be secure if we have those people who are willing to, in a volunteer force, step forward to protect and secure this nation.
And Congressman Takano, just to leave it here, I mean, for people who look up to Capitol Hill and say there's just nothing getting done and it's a partisan mess and Congress doesn't work, what do you say to them?
Well, I would say that look to the Veterans Affairs Committee as a ray of hope. I've worked well with Chairman Bost, and let me just say that I believe that these recruitment numbers are going to improve. I believe this generation of Americans is every bit as patriotic as previous generations. We need to make sure that they know about the tremendous VA benefits, that they can own a home at a younger age than many of their peers because of the VA home loan program. They can finance their education through the GI Bill. And, you know, I would say that the Biden economy has been improving so much that we have to compete. The military has to compete with all the higher salaries and the low unemployment out there.
Congressman, we appreciate you coming on Common Ground, and we encourage others on both sides of the aisle to do the same. Thanks a lot. You can see all of the Common Ground segments on my podcast, Common Ground. Find that in the All-Star Panel podcast under the Brett Baier podcast, foxnewspodcast.com, Spotify, or wherever you download podcasts. You can also see the whole extended discussion on the Fox News YouTube page. Jillian, we'll send it back to you.